The boy loved jumping from a young age. The pain that hit him instantly made him feel great. Even with a cast on his body, he would torture himself non-stop every day. When he grew up, he learned a lot, and that's when he realized that he was a typical antisocial personality disorder, which is what people call a pervert. But he was very smart and knew how to hide himself with his actions and expressions. Even his family didn't notice anything unusual about him. However, everything changed this day. He was playing with his children in the field when he saw a little girl fall into the water. He immediately took off his clothes and jumped in and quickly rescued the little girl from the river. The girl's family was very grateful for this, and the man's children also praised their father's bravery. But the man didn't like to do good deeds. He simply liked the feeling of excitement only. After this incident, the perverted desires in his body instantly awakened. For this kind of small excitement, he was no longer interested in it, and he decided to do a more perverted thing. He made a bottle of ecstasy with what he had learned, and then drove to his old house 10 kilometers away from his home. And then he began to talk to the air. Do you think he was crazy? No, he was practicing talking to strangers. He was going to take a strange woman home on the street. First, he was going to trick her into getting into the car. Then he was going to take the ecstasy out of his pocket when he was not expecting it. He intentionally circled around the back of the car and sprinkled the ecstasy on his handkerchief. Finally, while driving, he pretended to put his hand over to help the woman lock the window tightly, but in fact, took the opportunity to strangle the other person and knock her out. In order to know how long it takes for a person to wake up after he is knocked out, he put the handkerchief sprinkled with the ecstasy over his own nose, while at the same time, he pressed the timer in his hand. This way, he could get the exact time so that he could act without any mistakes. However, just after he had practiced for a few days, he decided to put it into practice. He took his daughter as his target and followed the process after putting her in the car.
Pourquoi t'as fait ça?
Sure enough, the daughter didn't raise any suspicions, and the next day, she went out on the street looking for her target.